All right, so we have an equation here that has a big fraction in it, and we're going to be solving this equation for x. So you can see we have negative 3x plus 2, that whole quantity, divided by 4 equals 5. And we need to get to x alone. We're going to be solving for x. So I need to get rid of everything else. And if you remember, first thing we need to get rid of is the constant, and then we need to get rid of the coefficient. This one's a little bit more difficult because of the constant not being quite alone, and so I'll take you through the steps really quick. Feel free to pause this and take the notes as necessary. So first thing to do, let's get rid of this constant. Remember, the constant is the number not touching the variable, it's alone, and we might just say the constant is 2, but that is not the case. This 2 is actually being divided by 4. But so is this negative 3x. So really, when I usually see students approach these problems, this divide sign here is what scares them off. So I just always ask, well, can we get rid of that? If that's what is stopping us from solving this problem, can we get rid of the divide by sign? And the answer is yes. How do you get rid of divide by? Well, you multiply, right? We're going to multiply both sides with the multiplication property of equality. And we want to get rid of this divide by 4, so we're going to multiply both sides by 4. All right, let's see what happens now. These 4's will cancel out because really what we're going to end up is a 4 divided by 4, which is 1, and we just say that cancels out. That leaves me with negative 3x plus 2 equals 5 times 4, which is 20. And now we just have a two-step equation. You can even probably pause the video here and try to solve for that now. I will finish solving it as well. All right, now we can definitely see what the constant is. That constant is the 2, but you'll notice this now is 20 on the right-hand side. How do we get rid of the plus 2? Well, that's with the subtraction property of equality. We're going to take away 2 off the left side and take away 2 off the right side. That'll leave me with negative 3x equals 18. Again, 2 minus 2 is a 0. We don't really have to write that there, so we just leave it blank. And now we've gotten rid of the constant. And now we have to get rid of the coefficient. The coefficient is the number that is touching the variable. So we have to get rid of this negative 3 here. Remember that negative 3 is touching the x with a multiplication sign. So the way we get rid of negative 3 times is to divide by that coefficient. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 will cancel out because that's going to be just 1. That leaves me with x on the left-hand side. And 18 divided by negative 3 to positive divided by negative, so negative 6. Again, I'm not done. I might think this is the answer, but I want to make sure it is. Start with the original equation. We're going to substitute in x equals negative 6 into my original equation. Negative 3x plus 2 divided by 4 equals 5. And I'm just going to erase this time. I'm going to substitute out the x and substitute in negative 6. That's what we want. We want to substitute this negative 6 into my original equation. Well, this is all order of operations now to simplify. It's PEMDAS forward. Negative 3, I'm going to write this all out. 5 here, we're going to write this 4 because remember we have to treat the numerator, the denominator, as their own parentheses. So negative 3 times negative 6 is a positive 18. And then my plus 2, all divided by 4 equals 5. 18 plus 2 is 20. And that divided by 4 equals 5. Get some more room here. And 20 divided by 4 is 5. Again, all I have to do is ask myself, does 5 equal 5? Yes, that is true. So that proves all of my work here on this left-hand side is correct, and that x equals negative 6.